Every year, the CDC estimates that there are over 300,000 new cases of Lyme disease in the United States alone. The most common way to contract this disease is from a tick. Although constantly checking for ticks and getting early treatment if you suspect you have Lyme is good, the best way to help prevent Lyme disease is to do all that you can to avoid a tick bite in the first place. Here with us now is Brian Anderson, the Tick Terminator from Lyme Tick Bug Hug. Brian, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So why don't you tell us why you are known as the Tick Terminator? Impressive name.
I've had a long time fascination with ticks, actually.
Okay.
Since I was a little kid.
Wow.
I remember my grandfather taking them off the dog. They were the size of a dime.
Oh.
And my mom checking us over when we were little kids, you know. And,
Sure.
And tick checks are very important.
Yeah.
And in recent years, you know, doing experiments with ticks, even in my basement with my grandkids, because my wife hates ticks. She's afraid to get them in her hair. So all those things combined, you know, making me the Tick Terminator, because I want to terminate them, you know, kind of like the name.
Absolutely. Now, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Lyme disease?
Yeah, Lyme disease is one of my motivating factors for this battle against ticks.
Sure.
Because a couple years ago when I was doing a lot of research, one of my good friends actually came down with Lyme, and it was so bad, he almost died.
How does it affect people?
If they don't catch it in the beginning, it can be chronic, you know, after a number of months, where they, I mean, he was bald in a fetal position on the floor almost.
I heard
so bad with pain.
Heard that there are like a lot of fever symptoms, and also it could just attack the joints and our nervous system.
Those are the early on symptoms when you first get bit by a tick.
Oh gosh.
That can happen actually within a couple weeks or less.
Yikes.
In a few days. So that's why I tell people you really have to be conscious of those symptoms.
Sure.
If you have the achy joints, the flu-like symptoms, see a doctor soon. I mean, within days.
Right.
You don't want to put that off, because they can a lot of times put them on like an antibiotic, which dramatically helps them a lot. It's all about prevention in the beginning, that's for sure.
Let's talk prevention.
Yeah.
How can we prevent ticks from biting us?
A big way to do that is just know where they are in the woods.
Okay.
They're going to be in shaded spots. They're going to be in damp areas. They're not going to be out in the middle of a field typically, because they need moisture to survive.
So damp areas.
Right. The sunlight.
Shady. Okay.
Right. Shady areas, that's where they normally are going to be. They're going to be in low brush, all right, like grass. They sit on the grass and they do what they call questing. They got their arms out waiting for something to brush by, you know, because they're looking for a meal. All right. And they look at us as a meal.
Not me, don't eat me.
No, but that's how they are.
Right. Okay, so know where they're at, and what else?
The big thing I push is, in all my research has been, I recommend a product called permethrin.
Okay.
Which has been around since the 70s.
Do you have one?
Yeah, this is a box of it. It's all on my website, thetickterminator.com.
Okay.
And you basically just mix it in a quart bottle of water and shake it up good.
Okay.
And the cool thing about it is that you spray it on your clothes.
Oh, okay.
You put on your socks, your shoes,
What
pants.
about your skin? Does it matter?
No, you don't want to put it on your skin, because it does no good for your skin.
Okay.
So, but for your clothes and garments, apparel like that, it doesn't hurt them at all.
Okay.
You put it on until it's moist, and let it dry overnight.
Okay.
And it can be good up for 3 to 6 months, and going through the washing machine too.
Okay.
And it's odorless, so hunters love it.
So, do you have one last tip before you go? Do you have one last prevention tip?
If you get a tick on you, like the tick right here, it's stuck to you right there.
No.
Pull it off with fine tip tweezers. Wait on the bottom right here. Don't grab them by the body here, because they may regurgitate the bad stuff into you.
Oh, okay. So it's right below.
At the very bottom.
Okay.
Because you don't want to grab the body part.
And with tweezers.
Tweezers, yeah, the best thing to do.
Okay.
Yep.
What happens if we use our hands or fingers?
Well, get down to the bottom as far as you can, and even save that tick too.
Oh, okay.
Because if you do get some symptoms, that way you can have that tick even sent in and get tested. Did it have Lyme?
Brian, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show today. Remind us of your website one more time.
Thetickterminator.com.
Thetickterminator.com. If you want this information on our website, go to WJFW.com and click that hot button. We'll be right back.